Hello and welcome to the third video in a series of videos on using the Windows version of the Raspberry Pi Imager from the Raspberry Pi Foundation. In this video you will learn how to use the Imager program to install an image of an OS not on the list of images provided by the Raspberry Pi Foundation. First, you will learn about locating and downloading an image of an operating system not on the list of pre-installed images provided with the Imager program. In our example, the video demonstrates the process using MotionEyes, an image that transforms a Raspberry Pi with a camera into a security system. For more information on using MotionEyes, see the links to several videos on using the software in the video description below. Next, the video shows the process of imaging a microSD card with the downloaded image. Third, the video presents a bit of a trick to speed up the process of imaging a custom image on a microSD card. The materials necessary for this tutorial are 1. A computer with Windows installed on it. In this tutorial, the computer has Windows 8.1 installed on it. 2. The computer needs to have a copy of the Raspberry Pi Foundation's Imager program installed on it. The program is available from www.raspberrypi.org/downloads/. If you want to see a demonstration of the process of downloading and installing the Imager program, click the card in the upper right-hand corner or click the link in the description below. 3. An SD card reader with either an SD card slot or a micro SD card slot. If your computer does not have a built-in card reader, you will need to use an external card reader. 4. A formatted micro SD card. If the card is not formatted, check out my video on how to format a microSD card using the Raspberry Pi Imager by clicking on the card in the upper right-hand corner or the link in the description below. 5. Either a wired or a wireless internet connection. The process for using the custom option on the Imager app to create a microSD card has two basic steps. The first step is to download the image to a computer. The second step is the imaging of the microSD card using the Imager program. The second part of this video looks at how to combine both of these steps into a single process. Let's start by downloading an operating system to image on a microSD card. 1. Boot the computer and verify that the computer connects to the Internet. In this demonstration, the computer is already booted up and is connected to the Internet. 2. Open the browser. In this video, we'll use Firefox. In our example, Firefox is already open on the computer. 3. In the address bar, type the address of the page with the image on it. In our example, let's use MotionEyes to demonstrate this process. The web address is github.com/cRizen/MotionEyesOS/wiki/supported devices. 4. Press the Enter key. The browser loads the page. 5. Locate the image on the web page. In our example, let's scroll down the page to the entry Raspberry Pi A, B, A+, B+, Compute Modules 0 and 0W models. 6. Click the image link. The browser should prompt you to save the image file. The prompt should offer you two options. The first option is to open the image with the Raspberry Pi Imager program. The second option is to save the file to the computer. In our example, Firefox displays the opening window. Observe that Firefox offers the option to open the image in the Raspberry Pi Imager program and to save the file to the computer. In this part of the video, let's use the Save File option. 7. On the opening window, click the Save File option button. 8. Click the OK button. The computer downloads the image to the browser's default location for downloads. Most browsers download files to Windows Downloads folder. However, in our example, the default location is the computer's desktop. Now that we have an image available on our computer, let's image the microSD card using the Raspberry Pi Imager program. 1. Open the Raspberry Pi Imager program. In our video, the application is already open for our use. 2. Insert the SD card or the micro SD card into the card reader. In our example, let's use a micro SD card. 3. On the Raspberry Pi Imager program window, click the Choose OS button. 4. Locate the Use Custom option by scrolling down the list. If the scroll bar is not visible, it will appear when you move the pointer to the right edge of the menu. If your mouse has a scroll wheel, you will not need to use the scroll bar. 5. Click the Use Custom option. The Select Image window appears. In our example, remember the image is on the desktop, so let's go to the computer's desktop. 6. On the Select window, locate the image downloaded from the website. In this example, let's locate the user's folder Gym. Next, let's click the user's folder. Finally, let's double-click the desktop folder. The desktop appears. 7. On the Select Image window, click the image. 8. On the Select Image window, click the Open button. The program returns to the main window. Notice the name of the image appears underneath the words Operating System. 9. On the Raspberry Pi Imager window, click the Choose SD card button. Notice the program truncates the name of the button so that only the words Choose SD appear. 10. On the list of SD cards, locate the microSD card. 11. Click the microSD card. 12. On the Raspberry Pi Imager window, click the Write button. The process of imaging a microSD card may take several minutes depending on the speed of the computer, the size of the image, and the SD card reader. Let's speed up the process through the magic of video editing. If you want to cancel the process, click the Cancel Write button. After writing the image to the SD card, the program will verify the image. Once again, let's speed up the process through the magic of video editing. To stop or cancel the verify process, click the Cancel Verify button. Once the process of imaging and verifying the image are complete, the program displays a message indicating that the process is finished. The window also indicates that it is safe to remove the SD card from the card reader. 13. Click the Continue button. Now our microSD card is ready to be installed into a Raspberry Pi. There is an alternative process that eliminates several steps. Let's look at combining the downloading with the imaging process. 1. Open the browser. In this video, let's use Firefox. In our example, Firefox is already open on the computer. 2. In the address bar, type the address of the page containing the image. In our example, let's use MotionEyes to demonstrate this process. The web address is github.com/cRisen/MotionEyesOS/wiki/supported devices. 3. Press the Enter key. The browser loads the page. 4. Locate the image link on the page. In our example, let's scroll down to the Raspberry Pi 4 entry. 5. Click the image link. The browser should prompt you to save the image file. The prompt offers two options. The first option is to open the image in the Raspberry Pi Imager program. The second option is to save the file to the computer. In our example, Firefox displays the opening window. Observe that Firefox offers us the option to open the image in the Raspberry Pi Imager program or to save the file to the computer. In this part of the video, let's open the image using the Raspberry Pi Imager app. 6. On the opening window, click the Open with the Raspberry Pi Imager option button. 7. Click the OK button. The computer opens the Raspberry Pi Imager program. Observe that the Operating System button indicates that the program will use the image from the web page. In our example, the button shows that the program will use the MotionEyes image for imaging the microSD card. 8. Insert the SD card or the microSD card into the card reader. In our example, let's use a microSD card. 9. On the Raspberry Pi Imager window, click the Choose SD card button. Notice that the program truncated the name of the button so only the words Choose SD appear. 10. On the list of SD cards, locate the SD card. 11. Click the microSD card. 12. On the Raspberry Pi Imager window, click the Write button. The process of imaging a microSD card may take several minutes depending on the speed of the computer, the size of the image, and the SD card reader. Let's speed up this process through the magic of video editing. If you want to cancel this process, click the Cancel Write button. After writing the image to the SD card, the program will verify the image. Once again, let's speed up the process through the magic of video editing. To stop the verify process, click the Cancel Verify button. Once the process of imaging and verifying the image are complete, the program displays a message indicating that the process is complete. The window also indicates that it is now safe to remove the SD card from the card reader. 13. Click the Continue button. Our SD card is ready to install into a Raspberry Pi. This video tutorial demonstrated how to use the Raspberry Pi Imager to create an image from a file downloaded from the internet. First, the video showed how to download an image from the web page into a computer. After downloading the image to the computer, the video demonstrated how to use the Raspberry Pi Imager to transfer the image to a microSD card. Second, the video showed how to image a microSD card directly from a web page. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put them in the comments section below. The next video in this series takes a look at imaging Libre Elect using the Raspberry Pi Imager. Until the next video, best wishes.